Unlatch the lock. There's a lock on it.
Huh?
This thing right here.
No. I thought it was just from the side. Where is the booty? If we leave it out, we have a lot.
There's one here.
How do I get over there?
You got the black one? Let's go play.
Who's gonna win?
Our time on the farm is coming to a close. We have had such a great time here. It's been so good having my kids outside in the fresh air, learning to take care of animals, feeding them. Even though we've been away from home, my mind has been on our bus constantly, making plans, redesigning the layout in my head, and just trying to figure out our timeline of how we're gonna get all of this done. So it's gonna be exciting to get back home and get back to work on that. But the peace and quiet that the country brings has been so amazing this last week and a half. It's been such a treasure to be here, spending this time out here.
Levi, what's wrong, bud? Hi. I'm watering the plants. Okay.
I'm just going like that. It's not working. And my donut.
I don't know, try it again.
And my donut. This. Put your thumb out and what will be? We're trying to do it. I can't do it. How do you do it, Toby?
I can do it.
Alright, guys. We're heading back home tonight. Yeah, you're excited? Emily, you're not? You want to go home?
Yeah, I need my blank paper so I can do my crafts.
You need craft supplies?
Help me.
You don't want to go home?
No.
You like it here?
Yeah.
I want to go home.
You want to go home?
No.
You're not sure?
Well, the good news is all the kids are going to be happy because we are going home tonight. It is day 11 here on the farm. It is our last day here. And after supper, Michael's taking all the kids home to bed, and I will stay a few hours later and wait for the family to arrive home from their very long day of driving. But just before we moved to the farm, actually the day before we moved here, we actually put ourselves in even more of a time crunch because we're just crazy like that. We gave our notice at our rental property and we are moving out of that house. We have to be out of there in about 3.5 weeks. That means our bus needs to be at least sleepable. We probably won't have it all done at all. They'll probably have to set up an outdoor kitchen and keep working on the bus, but we hope that we can at least have beds in there. So we have 3.5 weeks to get home, make enough money to get this bus done. So we just kind of upped things a little bit more for us, made things a little bit harder, but it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be kind of an adventure, kind of exciting. We work better under pressure, so this is gonna be kind of good for us.
Bye, bud.
Bye, bud.
Bye, Dad.
All right, it's been a blast for 11 days here at the farm, but it is time to go home. We get to go back and sleep in our own beds for a few more weeks until we have new beds on our bus and get back to work, get back to some serious bus converting. It's gonna be so much fun and we're super excited. So here we go.
She's getting in your box of pizza.
All right, y'all. We just ordered a ton of stuff for our school bus build. It is so exciting. We found this really great company out of Indiana that sells like almost everything we need for our whole build. And so it's really great to get almost everything in one place. That's really helpful rather than having to go to a whole bunch of different companies. And they've been really great to work with. So we're super excited. They should be processing the order, I think sometime today, but it is Friday, so they may not get it done till Monday. And then they are going to ship it to Montana. They don't ship to Canada, but that's okay because it's just worth it. And that means Michael and I get to take a drive to Montana, which is super cool. We're only about, I think, 5 hours from the Montana border. So it'll get shipped to just the other side of the border. We'll go pick it up and bring it back. So it's just like one really long day. But it's really exciting. Today I have to go get groceries and do some catch up in the house. And then I have to start selling all our stuff because we're moving in 3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks, something crazy like that. So I have to get the house emptied out at the same time as doing the Skoolie build, and the money from selling all the furniture in the house is just gonna go right back into that bus. So there's a lot going on, a lot to get done. Michael has been swamped with RV calls the last week and a half. The whole time I was at the farm, he was just so busy. He also got an offer from a friend of ours that runs his own business. And so he has been working 3 days a week for him. And so it's just been such good opportunities. Things are really working out just the way we need them to, which is so awesome. We're super encouraged, so pumped and so excited right now. Just like over the moon. This Skoolie build is going to be actually so much more exciting than even I was anticipating. So we're really excited. So I'm heading out with a few of the kids now to get some groceries and then get back and start listing stuff for sale. Michael is working on taking the big school bus sticker off the front of the bus, and I have to finish finalizing the layout in here. So we had a few ideas, we taped it out, and then like I said I was going to, I went home and, well, I went back to the farm, and now I'm home, lying in bed every night, trying to figure out a few different details, looking up sizes of shower pans that we can get, and trying to figure out how we're gonna make this work. So I have a little bit of adjusting to do today, some measurements. I think we've decided that we're actually gonna rip out this old plywood. There's a couple of places where the screws have kind of rotted through, so the plywood's not holding down anymore. So once we get the layout kind of more finalized, I'm gonna measure it all out and write it down so that when we rip up the plywood, we still know where everything goes. That's what we're working on. Also, I think this should be magnetized metal, but I'm gonna check that because I'm going to buy some sort of like lace and hot glue some magnets onto it so that when we open these windows up while we're here in Mosquito, Alberta, we can open these all up and not have mosquitoes coming in like crazy. So that's gonna be another project that we're gonna get done really soon. We are putting 2 ACs on the roof, but I would prefer not to run them when I don't need them. Anytime we can get a cross breeze through and it's cool enough, I would rather do that than run ACs. So we need to have screens. At some point we're gonna take this off. This is where they run all of the electrical. There's already built-in speakers on the roof. And so I'm assuming all the electrical wiring is run through here. So we're gonna take this off and see how much space is in here and see if we can run our electrical in here for all of our interior lights rather than having to run it all on the floor behind the cupboards, which we might do for some of it still, but this would be super handy for at least our light fixtures, if not maybe a few outlets. So let's see if we can get that done.
Not sponsored by Zevia.
Not sponsored by Zevia, but it's Emily's birthday yesterday, so we bought Zevia's for her birthday, and she got Beethoven. Well, she got the whole Beethoven series as a birthday present, so the kids are all inside watching Beethoven. They get to have a little bit of a movie afternoon, which keeps them busy, so we could get work done. And Michael had 3 RV calls today, and none of the parts came in from Amazon, even though they were supposed to be here on Friday. So he had to bump all of them, which puts him at home, so we can work on the bus today. Yay!
Figured out a way that makes no sense. The heating gun just made it sticky and harder to get off, actually. The heating gun wanted to separate this white film. sticky. The normal temperature allows it to come off. You really just need a nice razor blade.
So my biggest issue in the bus is trying to figure out the bathroom. So we need a shower or a tub of some sort because I do not like a lot of RV park bathrooms. Even some of the nicer campgrounds and RV parks have really not nice bathrooms. We've been to them. So it might be one thing if it was just me, but having to take little kids in to shower. We were at one campground. The campground itself was really nice. Had full hookups. We were there in our Airstream, which didn't have a working shower, so we had to use their bathroom. And the shower was at the end of the bathroom with no lights and no window in it. So it was really dark. It was a big tiled kind of room. So like 3 walls tiled, and then the door was like it was on the long side, so you had to go in and then down like this kind of big tiled room with no light in it. And when we took our flashlights on our phones and shined it around, there was like I've never seen so many daddy long legs in one place. They were everywhere. And so the kids were freaking out, but it was just like time, like we had to shower them. It was time. And so we had to push through. So experiences like that show me that some sort of bathing in our bus is necessary. There are some campgrounds and RV parks that have amazing bathrooms, and we will use those. But when they don't, I need somewhere to wash me and my children. Really, the problem is the wheel wells are always in the wrong spot on buses. Just with the layout and the way to make things the most practical, that's where I'm running into a challenge. So I think we're gonna end up doing a wet bath style bathroom, but we've never done that before, and so I'm trying to figure out how that's gonna look and how that's gonna work out and the best way to do it. I'm trying to work out all those details, take measurements, and figure that out right now. If the wheel wells were about half a foot forward from where they are, it would be perfect, but I can't move wheel wells. We're stuck with where they are, so trying to work around that it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a challenge, but challenges are fun. They're adventures. Okay, so this is how much space we have. So I switched that bunk around and I put the shelf that end. So now this is the shorter bunk. So we literally have 31 inches here. The shower part goes from here to here. So that's where your feet go and where you stand to shower.
It goes up.
The toilet goes up and it goes a little bit across, but it's 8 inches high. So you just have to frame. The drain would still fall in front of the wheel well. So it should still be okay for drain. Toilet.
It's tight.
So it would come out for it, but it'd give us a lot more room to be a little more comfortable, because then if you're standing in front of that, you might actually have some height to work with.
Yeah.
We'll have to remove
It'll
that
be like
too.
it won't be a great line of sight, but overall.
Okay, so I am gonna go grab Michael's drill and I'm gonna take out these screws that are holding this, I don't know what you call that, holding that on. I'm gonna take it off and see how much space we have behind it. Michael is outside taking off some of the official school bus parts that we are not allowed to have on our bus since we are not an official school bus anymore. So he's working on that. I'm gonna do this. I got most of the layout somewhat finalized. It's never final till it's built. Because I'm always thinking up a hopefully better or more efficient way to use our space. But I got a lot of measurements of the different parts that we're using, different appliances we're using. I found measurements for the fridge we're probably gonna buy and the washer dryer combo that we're gonna buy. The washer dryer we are going to put in this bus under our kitchen counter. So we have to get a smaller unit that will fit under a counter, which is gonna have about half the capacity that our last washer dryer had. I think that's okay. A lot of RV parks do have nice laundry rooms that I can use. It's just gonna be a load a day. That's how it's gonna have to work, at least a load. But I hate laundromats. If we're living in this for a year, a washer dryer is a requirement on my part. I can rough it in some areas, but not in others. So I'll just give you guys just kind of a basic look at what we have right now. This whole back area is going to be one bunk, and then in the corner there's actually extra space that is going to be a large storage compartment. So for those of you that know Toby, he likes to game. I should be able to give him a big enough shelf in that space to put his monitor, at least one gaming system. So that is his hope. So Toby's going to get the top bunk at the back, and then the others are semi-decided, but there's gonna be one on the bottom, and then there will be one bunk here and another bunk on the side. So it's gonna be like a U-shaped bunk room. Our bed is not at the back this time because we just don't have space for that. And right here, right beside the wheel well, is going to be our shower pan that is also going to house our toilet. So our toilet is going to be built right in. It's going to be a wet bath. So that's the toilet and shower all together. And then on this side is the bunks. And then right after the bunks, that is going to be the bathroom sink. So it is not going to be in with the toilet. It's going to be on its own, which I prefer. In our last bus, it worked better to have it in the bathroom with the shower and the toilet. But I prefer it out because that way, when kids are getting ready for bed and getting ready in the morning, you don't have to wait for someone to finish using the toilet to be able to brush your teeth or do your hair or whatever. So this kind of splits things up. It makes it a little bit more efficient for a big family. You can have 1 or 2 kids crowded around that sink while somebody else is in the bathroom. It is going to add a complication having the shower in with the toilet, but we usually are at campgrounds or RV parks. We don't boondock very often, and so there should be bathrooms at the RV park or campground that kids can use if someone's taking a shower in here. We have the wheel well. The dreaded wheel well. So what we've decided to do on this side is actually start the kitchen over the wheel well. So there will be counter right from where the shower and toilet ends all the way up to that last blue line over there. So that'll be all counter, which is a pretty good size counter. And then right after the wheel well right here, that is where the washer dryer is gonna go. The washer dryer combo will fit right under there. That's where the bathroom sink is again. And on top of this wheel well will be our built-in clothes storage and small food pantry. It's hard to picture that right now, so I'm not sure exactly if it'll be half and half clothes storage and food pantry, or if the clothes storage is gonna have to be a little bit bigger. We don't have underneath storage right now. We may put a little bit in, but it's not gonna be like our coach bus. So we're not gonna be able to fit off-season clothes under the bus like we could. And also because Michael and I are not actually gonna have our own bedroom, we will not have anywhere to store our clothes in our bedroom like we did on our last bus. So all of our clothes and Jesse and Levi's, who were stored in our bedroom, are all gonna have to fit into this clothing storage. So we're gonna see how that works out as we're building it, but that's set aside for food and clothing. Right on this side of the wheel well, this will be where our refrigerator goes. And beside the fridge is slightly more kitchen counter space. I like when the kitchen ends at the same spot on either side. I don't know how to say that, like the nice clean lines. And so probably that most likely where the toaster oven will go, or the countertop convection oven, whatever you want to call it. From the end of this counter up to just before the stairs will be a couch on that side. And again, on this side, all the way from there up to just before the back of the driver's seat will be another couch. And those will, at night, they will pull together because we don't have as much width in this bus. The couches should be able to meet right in the middle, and that will be mine and Michael's bed. So we will actually have a really good sized bed because we need big couches to fit our family. So it's gonna be bigger than a king size bed, but we won't have our own room. So it's like give and take. So the kids will have their own space. They'll have their own beds. The only way to make this space work any better, or to possibly give us our own room, was to triple stack the bunks in the back. And I really didn't want to do that to the kids. We did triple stack bunks in our Airstream, and honestly, it was really miserable. They can't do anything on them during the day. They're only for sleeping. And you know what? We have rainy days. It just happens. We have days where we're all tired from a long day the day before and we don't want to leave the bus. And so we're gonna hang out here, and the kids need somewhere they can go color, they can go play with their Lego, they can have their own stuff, and that's really important. And so we needed to not triple stack the bunks. Now, you might have counted and realized that's still only 3 sets of bunk beds, which is all we had in our coach bus. And Levi slept with us and Jesse slept over our feet. So how are we gonna make that work? Well, at this point, the 2 little boys are gonna sleep together. So we can make this work for a year. We can, and we may need breaks. We may need to take a couple weeks and get Airbnbs here and there so that we have a little bit more space to run around, but that's okay. So the reason that we've chosen to do a bus for this next year of travel as opposed to doing Airbnbs, we toyed with both ideas. We went back and forth and talked about it. But the thing about a school bus is that it allows us a lot more freedom in being able to move around frequently and get to more remote destinations. There are not Airbnbs everywhere that accommodate a family of 10. And so it limits where you can stay. And also Airbnbs that accommodate a family of 10 tend to be very pricey. And what that means is for it to be affordable for us, we need to rent them for a full month. In the bus, if we just bumble around 1 week to the next, we stay 1 week or we stay 2 weeks in a place, that's usually pretty adequate to explore an area and to enjoy ourselves and to get to know the area and want to move on to something else. And so that's what we prefer because you get to see more. You get to see more of the countryside. You find campgrounds and RV parks in more remote locations, so you get to kind of explore like the backcountry areas where a lot of people just don't go, and they're so beautiful. There's just so much beauty in our country and in America, and so we want to be able to see all of that. And so school bus just suits those needs better. It's also just way more affordable. Even with the cost of converting this bus, it's way more affordable. And so that's why we've chosen this. We really want to go see things. We really want to go do things. This is the choice that we've made for this year. So sleeping accommodations might be tough for a year, and maybe we will never do this again. Maybe we won't even make it a whole year. But somebody else with 6 kids might really enjoy this bus when we're done with it. And they don't have to worry about putting beds on the floors or bunking kids together. So that's what we're doing for now. Here we go.
Wait, but how much extra already? Well, they didn't sprinkle it. The lady said that.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.